What is going on, Bam Slam fam? Another episode of the Bam Slam podcast. Ben Fletcher, Allie Rat. I'm Mike Costa. Hope you guys are having a great evening. We are. Suck it, College of Charleston. Suck it. Woo!
Oh, how awesome was that? A little scary, but very awesome. And Dutch gets the monkey off his back. That's what we all wanted.
Yeah. So happy for him. His post-game interview was so cute. Really happy for him.
And did you see Dave Velasquez getting a little emotional on the sideline afterwards, saying this team deserves it. Coach Dutcher deserves this. And he does.
Oh, wait a second. Are you kidding me? Whoa.
He didn't start crying, but
Coach V.
He was emotional.
Easy.
So right for men to show their emotions, Costa. It's a nice quality.
Costa, you're the biggest Coach. Baby I know.
Exactly.
I know. No, it was, you know what? What was it? 0 for 10? The Mountain West was?
No, the Mountain West had lost their last 11, including
11.
Including Nevada in the play-ins this year and Utah State early this year. And now Boise State is playing like right now.
Right. And is that I think I have on, I don't know, I have it on behind me, but is that the only game? Is that the only other Mountain West team left? Is Boise State besides that?
Yeah. Sorry about my typing, but let me see what the score is right now. They are down 8 with 1 minute left.
Okay.
In the game or the half?
Game.
Okay.
So they're going to fall.
Of course, the Aztecs, once again, the team of broad shoulders carrying water for the rest of the Mountain West Conference. I do have to say this. Yeah.
Well, you and I were talking beforehand, and believe me, there's some negatives in this game that we're going to have to get to. Like the turnovers were embarrassing. Like there's a lot that they need to work on. But Costa, you and I were talking right before Allie jumped in about Jaden Ledee and how fucking awesome he has been over the last month and a half. And where it's like, sometimes just don't overthink it. Put the biggest, most athletic dude on the court and let him go to work. And I think Dutch figured that out in the second half because the double team he split near the end of the first half, where he went up and he ended up getting a layup that kind of extended that big 11-0 run that they were on, was one of the best plays I've seen from any Aztec player all year. And it goes kind of unnoticed, but he was able to split a double team, pushing both guys off with those massive shoulders and get to the rim. And then he did that the entire second half.
Yeah, I wrote down his name.
My new catchphrase is I love me some Ledee. I mean, he's man crush material. I'm not afraid to admit that. That is a bona fide he's a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got like an NBA body because you look at his shoulders and his freaking guns.
He's a power forward in the NBA. I mean, that's what he looks like.
Yeah, he's yoked big time. I wrote down his name because he did make a huge difference. But they still do that, where they were up by, what were they up by 9?
Yeah.
Sort of early on in the second half. And then suddenly is tied again. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like they keep it stressful to the very end. They go on those long droughts. They get very stressful, but he made a difference for sure.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but it was mirror image to last year's game against Creighton. There in the last 10 minutes or so, where Aztecs were up 9, kind of seemed like they were in control. And then all of a sudden, the college of whatever the fuck, Charleston, starts making some shots, and the Aztecs go quiet. But what's important is this team didn't fall apart, and this team came through, and Matt Bradley made the free throws, and they win.
Yes. It's Dutch had said, as he ran off the court at halftime, that they were playing like it was, their first NCAA game. And for some of these guys, this is so new to them. It's okay to have jitters in this situation. There are some guys who it affects differently, obviously, but it's okay to be nervous, but it's like kick the rust off quickly in the course of this game. And you've got to, really settle in. And that's one of the things Dutch said, they need to settle in a little bit more. And they certainly did, although there were plenty of heart palpitations in that second half. And now, after this win, there was I see a lot, Twitter, the path now to the Sweet 16 looks a lot better for the Aztecs now that Furman has
Furman.
that upset Virginia.
Yeah, that was. Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah. So John and I were doing the pregame show while that game was going on, and that game was literally
nuts.
happening right in front of John Schaefer. The 3-pointer that ended the game
happened
happened
crazy.
like John stopped mid-sentence because it happened 2 feet in front of him, like the steal and then the pass. And what the hell was that dude on Virginia doing?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
What was that pass? Throw the ball out of bounds. That would have been a better option.
Or throw it further down the, I don't know. I think that it looked like maybe that's what he was trying to do, was throw it further down the court. And then that kid just got his hand on it. And it was great.
It was the look on that poor kid's face.
I know.
It's just like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as awesome as March Madness is, it's also full of those moments where you kind of have to remind yourself, especially crotchety old guys like myself, sitting at home, having never played the tournament game, that they are in fact just kids.
Yeah, and when Darion and Lamont are turning the ball over like crazy in the first half, and I'm trying to pull out what hair I have left, because it's frustrating, man, watching it. And then you kind of take the step back, and especially now, I mean, I'm young, but I'm 4 years older than Lamont Butler is. You know what I mean? It is tough, because when they're making those mistakes, you're like, I know you're better than this. I've watched every second of your college career, dude. Stop running so fast and tripping over yourself.
Yeah, they just get, it's a big moment for them. And I think they want it so badly. They just get out of their mind a little bit. They just hopefully now they'll just settle down a little bit and settle into it, and they'll beat Furman and then probably have to take on Alabama.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Furman's going to be tough.
Furman's going to be tough.
Yeah.
What are they? The Paladins?
Yeah. What a dumb name. What does that even mean?
I know who came up with that. I know, the Paladins, and then you got everybody to agree to it. That stuff like that always amazes me.
There was a consensus reached on Paladins. Look out! Here come the Paladins. But they are going to be there. I do have to give kudos to the College of Charleston. That was a gutsy performance, and Dutch very, very complimentary of them in his post game comments. Yeah, as was the head coach for the Cougars, who just said, "Hey, that's the mirror image of us, and they were just the better team today on the court." So it's on to Furman. They'll play Saturday. Do we have a tip-off time? Is it Saturday afternoon? Okay,
we'll get it. Probably, I guess, once tomorrow games finish, or maybe once today's game finish.
I think when today's are finished,
right? Because this is all the Saturday games.
Yeah.
Okay, Allison, you mentioned Alabama, and I don't know if you were watching. I don't know if it was the halftime. I don't know if it was the because the Aztec game didn't go off exactly at 12:10. It was 10, 11 minutes late.
Ended up being almost 20 minutes late.
Was it 20 minutes late? Okay,
just
Gumbel and Clark Kellogg and Kenny and Charles had some extended time, and they talked about the Alabama situation. And Clark Kellogg and Charles, who were literally just butting heads all day long, but in a fun way, but having opinions and disagreeing, both said that Alabama should have sat Miller for at least a couple of games. Now, they didn't come out and say, sit him for the tournament, but they both agreed that, why you just roll on like nothing happened, set him down and let him realize the mistake he's made. And now it comes out this afternoon that there were 4 Alabama players that were either at the scene of the crime or there shortly before the murder took place.
If they win this, I swear it's going to be so disappointing. I mean, that's partly why I picked Arizona in the Final Four. I picked Arizona beating them, and then Arizona lost today. So it shows what I know. But I'll be very, very disappointed if they win this thing.
Well, the road got a little bit easier with stupid Arizona losing and destroying everyone's bracket.
Yeah. I'm not an Alabama fan anyway, just the football. I'm just not. I mean, I realize, they bring in a lot of talent and stuff, but I think a lot of stuff goes on there. And I think a lot of stuff gets swept away, and they're not the only school by far, but I'm just not a fan. And I don't know. I hope they don't win it. This whole story is just crazy.
It's
And
ugly.
it
It'd
just
be
keeps
pretty
getting
sweet
crazier.
it'd be pretty sweet if the Aztecs shoved the boot up the ass. You know
Wouldn't
what I
it
mean?
just be amazing?
And I
That would
really
be
think they
amazing.
can. Like Aztecs at their best, today was not their best, by the way. Today was
No.
close to Fresno State bad. But if with the Aztecs at their best, and if someone gets hot, like it only takes one, then they can compete with anyone in this tournament.
Well, and defensively, they're so strong. So, I mean,
strong.
that's really their. And you know what? Today, the one thing I really thought they did well on in the second half was better than I've seen them do at times was their rebounding. And maybe they knew what a great rebounding team Charleston was, and they seemed to really, you know, be in there trying to get rebounds more than they usually. So I didn't really feel like they were. I mean, I'd have to look at the stats, but I don't know if they were beat on the boards or not. But I don't know. Didn't seem like it to me.
It was definitely emphasis, right? You could tell coming into the game, it wasn't necessarily running out on the 3-point shooter and flying by. It was running out, putting a hand in the face, turning around and blocking out.
Yeah.
I thought the game plan was great. I thought everything about the Aztecs mentally coming in was fantastic. What didn't turn out was they weren't hitting shots. They were turning the ball over way too much. So it's almost like they focused so much on the rebounding thing, Allie, which they did do a great job of. That was Charleston's biggest strength coming in. That they left some other stuff behind. And I think that's just growing and maturing in this tournament. All of these guys have never won an NCAA March Madness game. They got one under their belt, right? The monkeys off the back, go out and stomp the shit out of Furman.
Well, and one of the things too that was said during the broadcast was the College of Charleston's games, most of their games this year is that grab that defensive rebound and boom, off to the races. And that's kind of how their offense is that's how their success is predicated. It's just they just run you to death. And the Aztecs defend so well, and they do such a great job on the offensive boards that even when you get a rebound away from San Diego State University, they are in your way or have clamped you down to a point where you try to get out and run, and there's a couple guys that are already back for San Diego State on defense. So it makes it really hard to, air quotes, run and gun it against the San Diego State team when they're playing as well as they are at both ends of the court. How about the 3-pointer from Parrish? Was that the dagger?
Huge, yeah.
Massive.
And that's his second or third one this year where he doesn't score all game, and then all of a sudden,
boom!
Yeah, because he hadn't scored.
No.
Yeah,
he knows how to pick his spots, man. And the whole time I'm like, Micah, maybe do that in the first half. When Aztecs are down by a couple. But hey, I'll take it when I can get it, because that was, talk about just stepping up and knowing your moment. Like a lot like the guy with Furman did today. That was just a situation where you had to have it, and it wasn't a bank, it wasn't off the rim and in. It was a dead cold swish. So a little surprise for you guys. We do have a guest coming on today. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet, but he's going to be joining us after we do some love for McGregor's.
Really? Okay.
Really? No, no hint, nothing.
Well, you both know who it is.
Oh.
I sent a text right now, and he's
maybe I wouldn't have worn a hat. I have to tell you guys, I had someone
do
message
not need to impress this person.
I had someone message me and ask me why I always wear my hat. And I said, well, because these guys make me do this on Tuesday and Thursday nights, usually right when I've walked in from the gym. So I will not wear a hat when I'm at McGregor's, I promise. But I'm doing my best, right?
Well, we might as well mention that coming up on the 24th will be our first live performance from McGregor's right down there in Mission Valley, San Diego Mission Road, a 5-minute walk away from Snapdragon Stadium. They are a San Diego institution, and we are so very, very proud that they've come on as our title sponsor of the Bam Slam podcast. But we're going to be there on the 24th. We're going to be taping an episode. We're going to hang out, and Ian has extended happy hour. Normally, the happy hour hours are from 4 to 6, but he has extended them from 4 to 7. Great appetizers, great prices on drinks and beers, and all three of us can vouch for the fact that the food is insane. If you've never been there, there's not a bad seat in the house. All the games will be on. There's games to play. There's plenty of room to spread out. And we cannot wait to see everybody who comes by on the 24th.
It's going to be so much fun. Guys, I'm going to get so drunk.
No, you aren't.
I'm going to get so sloppy drunk.
Why? Why?
Because it's on a Friday. I'll already probably be a little. And then
you start drinking at 6 a.m. on Fridays. with your bar
true.
cart.
Tune in,
That's
Big Rich TD
true.
and Fletch tomorrow morning. We'll be doing it all over again. St. Patrick's Day edition.
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
That's
By the way,
right.
St. Patrick's Day, great place to spend the day is McGregor's Bar and Grill.
That's right.
Yes,
Meg
absolutely.
Meg took off on a ski trip this
Another
morning.
one, another girls trip.
Jesus Christ!
Where's she
and
skiing? Like
they're-
Tahoe
they're
or
in
Mammoth?
Deer Valley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I said, you realize it's St. Patrick's Day, Friday night. She goes, oh yeah. She goes, no, we already found a place in Park City that we're going to hang out at, so it's going to be great. And I'm kind of looking at her saying, no, that's not why I told you. It's St. Patrick's Day. Anyhow, but
So what are you going to be doing? Taking care of the dogs?
yeah. So okay, little behind the green curtain here. With all the rain, Allison, you and Ben are both in our house. We kind of have that sunken subterranean giant living room.
Yep. Love
And
it.
because of all the groundwater, it flooded.
No way.
And not like flooded, but water started to seep in at the baseboards. And so I literally am running a shop vac at the area where the water is coming out of the baseboard. And and it fills up about every 3 hours. So I literally have been on a 3-hour like sleep schedule. I have to set a timer the whole 9 yards. So I will be celebrating St. Patrick's Day by watching a shop vac fill up with water and emptying it.
Dude, that sounds like something you can do while drinking a beer.
Yeah, at least crack
True.
open a Guinness.
Yeah.
I will do that.
In fact, I might come over and start making like
sure.
betting lines and stuff for how often we have to take it out, for how long till it fills up. There's a lot of over-unders. You could make this an event. It doesn't have to just be work.
Maybe you should
We
run to
lost it.
McGregor's and get some takeout fish and chips for dinner.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
idea, right?
let me ask you, Allison, you're not religious. Are you Catholic?
Yes.
Ben?
We're all Catholic here.
Kinda.
Oh, that's right. We established that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having a senior moment. Did we already talk about this for Lent?
Sort of. Oh, yeah, the meat thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, me. Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of Catholic people that say St. Patrick's Day is the one day, it's kind of the halfway point that you eat meat on Friday, because everybody, what does everyone eat on St. Patrick's Day? Corned beef and cabbage,
Corned beef
right?
and hash.
Yeah.
Corned beef and hash or corned beef hash. So I was just curious, what are your thoughts on that? Does the Pope give you absolution because it's St. Patrick's Day on a Friday during Lent?
I don't follow any of that hardcore. I just think if God thinks I'm a bad person because I might eat chicken on Fridays in Lent, then you know what? So be it. Sorry. I just don't.
There's the bad
Yeah.
person.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Allie, that should be an addendum in the Bible. If God thinks I'm a bad person for eating a piece of cow, then smite me. Because guess what? I just grilled up a tri-tip and ate the whole damn thing.
I eat a lot of fish. Like I do. I probably eat more fish than anything, but I don't think on Friday, oh gosh, I can't have chicken. I don't know. I used to growing up. My mom was a Catholic school teacher for 37 years. But yeah, I haven't followed it so much as an adult. My kids are all baptized Catholic, but
No, I just
try to be nice to everybody.
Yeah, which you
You
are.
do a great job.
You're one
Costa
of
does
the
not.
nicest people.
Like, we
What?
all follow Costa on Twitter. You're going to hell just because of your Twitter feed.
Oh, I know. That's a given.
His Twitter feed, he has like 100 followers. And I'm sorry, I'm not
Okay,
making
but-
fun of people
but
that have
here.
low follower count, but it's because
Okay,
you've had
so-
to start it over so many times because they keep kicking you out.
Right. You
Like,
guys
a
see
lot
my
of times,
cup?
I feel like people, kind of, your internet's pretty shit, but have a great
How about
day.
now? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to have a sip.
I don't see what that is.
I don't either. I don't get it.
And you're frozen. So fix your internet.
Am I really frozen again?
Yes, you're still drinking out of the cup.
Shit, I'm sorry.
We got to
The bottom of the cup has a hand doing this. So
That's kind of what I
People-
figured it said. That's what I thought. I was pretty sure I knew what it said.
And now you're frozen
so
on that. So here, what a better
Oh,
way
I-
to welcome our guest in, who I'm sure you're going to be doing that too as well. Costa, Allie, you know him, you love him. It's Jimmy Russell. Costa's frozen.
All
His
right.
internet sucks. But
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
The San Diego
What's
State
up, Ham?
expert.
Hi. Well, trust me, I know how internet works on StreamYard sometimes, so I understand what you're going through right now.
Okay.
It literally
Am I-
sucks
am-
it sucks the life out of your internet.
Mine's
Well,
fine now. I just
so-
had one day where I had issues, but it seems fine now.
Am I still frozen?
no, you look great.
No.
What?
Okay. Jim, Jim, belated congratulations on the engagement, man. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you.
Yes, and we didn't tell her, even though we all knew.
I know. Thank you. It was like a shock that we actually made it to engagement day without her finding out anything, especially from Costa going on like
Aw.
social media and saying, "Hey, I can't believe you got engaged. Whoops, sorry, to spoil the surprise."
That's
No,
okay.
I
His
would
Twitter
never-
account would have been deleted again before he was able to say it.
It'd been- what would have been your 12th Twitter account that's been suspended?
God, so many.
I've been suspended 4 times.
But
So
not
now
just
I'm on my
suspended, you've been like kicked off and had to restart a new account.
1000%. It's like you get expelled from a school and you're asked not to come back.
That's
And
like a
when
record,
so.
when Elon bought the company, they actually gave him an envelope that just said Costa on it
Uh-huh.
and said, "Be careful with this one." But hey,
Wow.
Jimbo, thanks for jumping on. Everyone knows your success with the wrap-up show, and I think that's all we know you from.
Yes.
Not-
Anything else is like, what does he do?
Right. But your thoughts today watching the Aztecs game?
It's about damn time. It's about damn time. We knew that it wasn't going to be pretty. Anybody thought that this game was going to be like a 20-point blowout hasn't watched the Aztecs at all this year. They play ugly at times and they go in scoring droughts, and it was a typical Aztec game. I'm just glad that they held the lead down the stretch and got Dutch's first win in the tournament. And I feel like everything is set up perfect for them, where they can take a sigh of relief. They don't have to have all this pressure on them like they did today. That they you had to beat Charleston. Come on, you can't lose to freaking Charleston. And Furman, I kind of feel the same way. You can't lose to Furman.
Wait, how do you pronounce Furman again?
Is it Fernan or Furman?
Well, no, but didn't you have some
Furman.
issues with that earlier this week?
Honestly, I swear to God, I didn't know what the hell the college was named. I kept on calling them Fernan, and they're called Furman. So I was calling him like Virginia versus Fernan, and John was like, "You're an idiot," and I had no idea what that was. And we had spent like 10 minutes talking about what's a paladin.
What is it? Dude, I don't know.
It's like
I'm
a man
surprised I
on a
don't know.
horse.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
It's a
Okay.
man on a horse.
That's
so,
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
So like a knight?
I don't know. It's a.
Why
it's
not
an
make it
it's like-
easier?
it's kind of like an animal, but doesn't it feel like it's like, wait, this is set up perfectly for them. You have
Yeah.
Virginia losing on an epic way by Furman or Fernan, and you're not playing any powerhouse team to get to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, don't feel bad, because I thought Furman was an X-rated site until I realized it was a college in the NCAA tournament.
Furman? What do you think, like fermented?
So-
No, I think
Whatever.
he means furry men.
Don't ask him
man,
to
oh.
explain.
Okay, we don't know what's going on in that head of his.
No, but and I'm also, because that's a very emotional win for a Furman basketball team that probably, there are people that picked Furman to upset Virginia just because a lot of people are contrarians when it comes to filling out their brackets. But an emotional win can be just as draining as an emotional loss. And so, Jim, back to your point about it setting up perfectly for the Aztecs. They got a little bit of a scare. College of Charleston, kind of made their hearts beat a little faster than normal. And I think that bodes well for the Aztecs on Saturday.
Yeah, and Matt Bradley said after the game that the end of the Furman Virginia game actually helped them down the stretch, because they just saw what happened in late game situation, close game with an underdog, and they're like, "Yo, we ain't having that happen to us." Bradley hit a couple of huge free throws. Michael Parrish had the shot of the game, and 6-point win. I said, good teams win, great teams cover. and the Aztecs covered the 5.5 today.
All right,
That's a good
Jim.
point.
The real reason we brought you on here is not for March Madness bracket, but for the best bracket ever. You know what I'm talking about. So in
Dude,
the final four, we have
Okay.
boobs versus butts, or sundresses versus sex.
First of all, Ali Costa, how do you feel about your boy being like this, like social media superstar over there?
He is. He's a total star. I love it. I thought he was hilarious when I went into TikTok and watched. I mean, he's so quick and so fast. He's just like the guy that does it in the elections and does the, the what is it on the red zone or I don't know, one of the NFL network or something. They have a guy doing that too. I think it's hilarious. You're really quick, Ben. I loved it.
He broke the algorithm. Like he literally
Yeah.
cracked the code. He cracked the matrix and got thousands and millions of everything. It's like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It really is good.
Answer the question.
You know, I
boobs.
I appreciate. I think it's
Oh, you want me to answer the question?
No, let Costa give you praise. Go Costa.
No, I was just going to say, like what you and John have done with the wrap-up show. That's elbow grease. That's rolling up your sleeves. That's making something out of nothing, and now it's rolling. And that's also your show in the afternoons. And the same thing with Ben and Rich and Travis. You take something and it's like, hey, you look around the room and it's just those three, and you look at each other and say, okay, well, we got to do something. Let's make success out of this. And so the TikTok and the bracket and stuff like that, I'm not surprised because you've got insanely talented people who were just like, shit, let's just do some funny stuff. Let's do some stuff that's entertaining and not the same old crap every single day. And I love it. So am I surprised that he's having the success he's having, especially with the whiteboard and the bracket? No, not at all. I am a boob guy. So I am absolutely all tatas.
Okay. Well, okay. What's the final four again?
It was boobs versus butts.
Okay.
The internet's perverted. We didn't like move people on. This was literally tens of thousands of people voting on Twitter. Boobs versus butts, and then sundresses versus sex. Somehow Home Alone got kicked out.
Shocker.
I know Home Alone's such a good one. So what do you think? Like, who's winning right now? Who do you think will be in the finals?
Boobs versus butts is 50-50 legitimately with like 5,000 votes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. So okay, what happens if it's 50-50 at the end of this thing? What do you guys do?
We're gonna have to call on some celebrity judges.
Celebrity judge. Well, my vote is for butts. My vote's for butts.
Jim's an ass man.
Butts versus, I mean, I gotta go with the Cinderella and sundresses. I know it's not gonna make it to the championship game, just because it's getting, destroyed by sex, and obviously, duh. But if it were up to me, I would go butts versus sundresses in a David versus Goliath matchup in the championship round, with butts coming away with a slight victory over sundresses. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Did sundresses were in the play-in, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were.
So last second we
against
were like
kombucha.
Well, yeah, I said like last second, I was like, guys, we forgot one. We left one out. We need another one. And so they were like, what is it? I said sundresses, and everyone was like, oh shit, yeah, we got to get that in there.
Did you guys come up with all of those?
No, Twitter came up with most of them, but we had John Schaefer on the show that day talking about Aztecs. And we were like, John, we need one more thing. Like, can you throw something out there to go against sundresses in the play-in round? And he said kombucha.
That's perfect for him. That's awesome.
I want to take credit for no wipe shits.
That was you.
Was that yours, Jim?
That was mine. I think I texted him right away. I said the ghost shit is like one of the best things ever.
Oh my god!
Now, does that ever actually happen? It's never happened to me.
Oh no!
Sorry, Allie.
I know it's coming.
Hey, look what you're on with.
I know. Like, you don't have to apologize. You think I'm not used to it by now?
No, you're definitely used to it.
I am very. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but if you're like at a public place or if you're at work and you just have to go and you bust out a ghost, that's the greatest feeling in the world. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right.
No,
it
it's
was
awesome.
Absolutely snubbed. It was snubbed in the first round. It was bullshit that it didn't make it further. Like the internet just got so pervy so fast because there were so many good options on there.
The perfect golf shot.
The perfect golf shot is so elusive.
Like,
I would have voted that all the way through to the championship almost.
And whiskey and cigars was out early, and cold beer was out pretty early. Like,
when you tell the internet to literally decide between like normal everyday things and like things that we would think of over like sex, like, are you kidding me? Like, it's not gonna win.
Next year's bracket's gonna go a little differently. We got plans for it.
Already thinking ahead. There we go.
The ghost shit is one of those things where you just kind of turn and go, no paper on this one, and you just walk right out. You're just like, life is good.
Done.
I mean,
it's the greatest feeling ever.
It is.
I learned a new term
clean,
tonight.
no caffeine. I'm sorry, Allison.
I said I learned a new term. I've never heard that before. That's what that is called.
Really?
Guy thing.
The ghost? I didn't know that. No. I thought
it's normally centered around times of high fiber. So
oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, load up on some fiber, then you'll be good to go.
Oh my god, Jim, speaking of shits, I was watching South Park the other night.
What am I doing here?
Where Cartman proved that you can shit out of your mouth came on, and you are the first person I thought of because it okay. So Allison, let me give you a little. When Jim and I were doing the show with Steve Hartman, and Jim was on the verge of killing Steve for like the 10th time during a show, I would make this sound.
And no one would know what we were doing except for me and Costa. Everyone's like, what the hell is that noise? It was because we would always talk about that episode when they eat through their ass and shit out their mouth.
Oh my god.
And like, if you ever have a chance, you have to watch that episode because it turns into like Martha Stewart is doing stuff on television. She's like, look at these, like, you know, whatever. And then she's like eats through her ass, and like all of a sudden she just on her mouth. And everyone's so shocked that you could do it. Like they're having normal conversations at dinner, like, so how was your day, honey?
Oh my god.
It was like, it was good, Dad. Thanks for asking me.
Okay, I'm gonna find it.
There's a part of the episode where they're at a dinner party and they go sit around. They sit in the living room to have some dessert, and everyone's having cake and coffee and stuff. And the wife just comes in and she starts handing out trash cans, and everyone's just having a conversation, going, "Oh yeah."
Oh.
It's the greatest episode ever. I don't know if they're like, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. You're like, what the hell? Like, thinking of this idea, the amount of drugs that these guys have probably are on.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna do an episode of them eating through their ass and shitting out their mouth.
Kind of genius. I'm sensing a new TikTok trend.
They're sitting around the writer's table
on TikTok. You might get like another 3 million views.
That'd be nice.
I would die.
Oh my god! So and Hartman would look at us like, because he's got his headphones up to
over the head
500.
Yeah.
Well, Costa,
yeah.
Do you understand?
Like what's going on there, dude?
Oh god.
Ooh, my god!
Headlines.
Wow.
Your Hartman stories are the best. Oh my goodness.
Dude, he is the greatest guy in the world.
Because he's so oblivious
Love
and he's
him.
just so Hartman.
But he just has no idea what's going on except what's coming out of his mouth.
No idea.
As he said, I am intoxicated by the sound of my own voice.
Exactly.
Steve Hartman to a T.
Oh,
Jim, before
my.
we get out of here, what are your thoughts on the Diaz injury and the WBC? There's a lot of people like, oh my God, he should have never been there in the first place. What the fuck?
Well, first of
What do
all,
you feel
don't
about
lie. Was your first instinct to fist pump?
No,
No,
it wasn't.
Well,
I think
not for an injury like that.
I think my first instinct or my first initial thought was, holy shit, like that's just not some random player. Like that's a big time player for the Mets. And
Huge.
Injuries always happen, and that it benefits the Padres. Like that's just what it comes down to at the end of the day is that injuries suck, but they happen and it benefits the Padres. I I don't have this like outrage about now. Maybe it's because it's not a Padre. Like if this happened to Manny Machado during the celebration, we would all be freaking out.
Yeah,
but it happened during a celebration. It wasn't
an
in-game thing. And like I saw a tweet today, the Mets literally in spring training, I think it was either last year or I don't know when it was, but they literally practice celebrating.
Yeah, they do. I read that too.
So it's not like, this is something that's like crazy. And it wasn't even that excessive a celebration when you think about it. Like if you watch it again, it is very tame. It's a very tame celebration.
He's jumping in a circle.
He just jumped. Yeah, he just jumped and came down wrong.
So am I a WBC guy? No. Am I happy that all the Padres are now out of the WBC? Yes.
Yeah,
but
me too.
At the same time, I don't have this like vitriol towards WBC that this happened. It's just like super unfortunate, and it happened during a celebration. Like, I mean, dude, freaking, we've seen and heard players literally cooking steaks and like they get stabbed in the arm or something or whatever, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And get hurt. Like this is not, it happens all the time.
Now it did bless us with one of the greatest videos the internet's ever seen, with Frank the Tank going absolutely batshit crazy. Did you see that?
Oh my God. I retweeted it. I put it out there. It was like the greatest thing ever. He like broke his TV, and people think he's like actually not being serious, but
no, he's dead serious.
If you followed him, he is dead serious.
Do you remember the video he made when the Padres knocked him out? And he was like, "It's the goddamn Padres."
So good. It's so good.
Jim, what do you think of... I'm sorry.
Is he Barstool?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. What do you think about the Yu Darvish thing? Like about how he came in the middle of the game, and it's only pitched 2 innings or something? Is that an issue or?
Well, you heard. I don't know if you heard Bob Melvin. He was like, I don't know about that. Like he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's why I wonder what you thought about it.
I a little concerned because it's Yu Darvish. Like, he's probably your opening day starter with Musgrove hurt.
Yeah.
And he has not done anything with the pitch clock. He has only pitched a couple innings in spring so far. So it's a little nerve-wracking, but again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not like the first couple starts of the year are going to hurt this team, and they're still freaking stacked. And again, hey, guess what? If your pitching is not doing great the first month of the season, how about you go out there and score 6 runs a game?
Yeah.
Like help your pitchers out.
Well, right? And it already looks like that is going to be the case with how well Manny and Juan Soto are hitting, or at least hitting in the WBC. So, I mean, it seems like...
And you got Bogarts and Cronenworth, and Tatis gets back in 20 days. So it's like, as long as these guys are healthy at the end.
And Kim was hitting really well too in the WBC. So
yeah, I think he led or tied for the lead in WBC with 3 home runs.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be healthy at the right time. It's the start of the year. It's not the end of the world. You just always want to get out to a fast start. And
I agree with that. One thing I can't stand is what people say. It's only March, or not March, but it's only May. You always hear that.
They all count.
It's only May. It doesn't matter yet.
All count.
Well, I agree, and I always feel like I would much rather stack up wins early than be begging for them in early September. I mean, when it's just so much more nerve-wracking, and people are tired and injuries, and come out firing.
Well, that's what they did last year.
The wins early.
They came out last year and they had a great first month of the year, and they played literally like 500 baseball the rest of the way.
Yeah.
When you if they didn't have the first month of the year they did last year, you're probably not looking at playoffs, or you're looking at maybe a 6. I don't know, but the first month of the year is the reason why they went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
When you look at it, they were 500
I think it's really important.
the entire season. Yeah, every game's important. Anybody that tells you not, I mean, they just whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Jimbo, thanks for coming in.
Jimmy,
any thoughts on McGregor's before you go? The best bar in the world.
Are you going to come next Friday?
Oh yeah, you're invited. You and Aaron.
What? I don't even know what's going on.
We're throwing a party down at McGregor's Bar and Grill next Friday night. We're gonna do a live podcast there and then invite all our friends.
Maybe also you'll have the Aztec game on because they'll hopefully make the Sweet 16. And
if that happens, then I'm not going to McGregor's.
Yeah, that's a thing. It could legitimately happen.
That's true.
Yeah, if they win on
Oh,
Saturday,
shoot,
there's
we
a
didn't even
chance
think
they could play
about that.
Friday. Yeah.
We'll
That's
make
right,
it
because you'll
happen
have to
either
work,
way.
Ben.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be able to come after or during, or I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yep.
That's baby issues.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thanks, brother. Good to see you.
Bye, guys. Peace
Bye,
out.
Jen. Thank you.
Later.
Bye.
See you.
God, he's so cute. Love
Mm.
him.
Love that guy. He is the best. Remember the 24th, and Ben, that might just been a turd in the punch bowl because we never thought
No,
about.
I'll be
the
there.
Aztecs.
I'll be there.
I know you will, but we'll.
I mean, it'll
we'll
depend on what time
adjust.
if they were Thursday, Saturday, they'll be Friday, Sunday. So, I mean, if they win, they will be playing Friday. We just won't know what time.
I'll figure it out.
It'll be a good problem to have. But again,
Yeah.
24th, McGregor's Bar and Grill. We're going to be down there taping a live event of the Bam Slam. Taping a live episode of the Bam Slam podcast, and we certainly want you to come by. And as always, thank you to McGregor's Bar and Grill for being our title sponsor. Thank you to the great Jim Russell for jumping on. And last but not least, you brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces, what you've done for us.
Bam Slam Pod. We love you and we love McGregor's.
Mwah.
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 Later, dorks.
Bye.
Ugh.